I'm Natasha, your host for today. If you're new here, I want to let you know that we post new English learning lessons every single day to help you improve your English faster, more naturally, and with real confidence. In today's lesson, we're going to work with something very special. We're going to practice daily life English conversations combined with advanced English vocabulary. So, not only will you learn how to speak more fluently in everyday situations, but you'll also build a strong and expressive vocabulary that will help you speak clearly, confidently, and naturally. We'll go through realistic dialogues, natural speaking examples, and useful expressions that English speakers use in daily life, and step by step, I'll help you understand the meaning, tone, and emotional expression behind these sentences so that you don't just learn English, you actually use it. Whether you're a beginner moving toward intermediate or an intermediate learner trying to reach an advanced level, this lesson is designed to guide you gently, steadily, and effectively. By the end of this video, you'll feel more confident speaking English in real situations, and you'll also know how to expand your vocabulary in a smart and natural way. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new English learning practice lesson like this. So, take a deep breath, relax your mind, and let's get started. So, let's begin together. I want you to relax your shoulders, soften your face, let your breathing slow down just a little, and allow the English language to flow into your ears and into your understanding. Learning English is not about pressure, it is about presence. When you are present, your mind becomes open, flexible, and ready to learn, repeat, and remember without stress or tension. So just stay with me. Listen, repeat when you feel ready, and allow yourself to enjoy this time. You are here to grow, and growth is a gentle process. Let's begin with a simple daily life moment. Imagine you wake up in the morning. Your alarm rings. You open your eyes slowly. Maybe the room is a little quiet, and you're thinking about the day ahead. Now, how would we describe this moment in natural English? You might say, I woke up a little early today. I'm still feeling a bit sleepy, but I'm ready to start my day. You might stretch your arms, sit up, look around, take a breath. This is a moment you experience every day, and so many English sentences can come from this one moment. Now listen, and repeat after me, slowly in your mind. Good morning. I just woke up. I feel a little tired, but I'm going to start my day with a positive mindset. Say it again, gently. Good morning. I just woke up. I feel a little tired, but I'm going to start my day with a positive mindset. These kinds of simple daily sentences train your mind to think in English naturally. You don't translate, you just speak. Now, let's introduce a bit of advanced vocabulary. When someone wakes up and tries to feel energetic, we can say they are trying to shake off the sleepiness. This phrase means to remove or overcome the heavy feeling of being tired. Try to repeat in your mind. I'm trying to shake off the sleepiness and get moving. Another advanced phrase is ease into the day, which means to start the day slowly, calmly, without rushing. So you might say, I like to ease into the day with some quiet time, maybe just sitting, breathing, and thinking. Now imagine I am speaking softly and guiding you. When you begin your day, try using gentle vocabulary. It helps you connect with your emotions and thoughts. It helps your English feel natural. And you, the listener, are practicing in your mind. Now we move into the next part of your morning. You go to the kitchen, maybe you prepare tea, or coffee, or breakfast. This is another moment where daily English conversations can happen. For example, if someone in your home asks you how you slept, you might say, I slept well, but I had a strange dream. Or, I couldn't sleep very well, I kept waking up. Or, I slept deeply and peacefully, I feel refreshed. Each one of those phrases is natural, common, and flexible. Now let's add vocabulary to make your speech sound more advanced. Instead of strange dream, you could say vivid dream, which means the dream felt real and detailed. Instead of peaceful, you could say restorative sleep, which means sleep that refreshed you. So now say it slowly in your mind. I had a vivid dream last night. It felt so real. And I had a restorative sleep. I feel renewed today. These words give your English richness, beauty, and emotional expression. Now, let's practice shadow speaking. I will speak slowly and pause. You repeat quietly or silently after me. Follow the rhythm, the tone, the breath. I woke up early this morning. I still felt a little sleepy, but I took a deep breath and reminded myself to stay calm. I made myself a warm drink, and I let myself ease into the day slowly. Now again, but this time more natural, more flowing. I woke up early today. I was still a little sleepy, so I took a deep breath and made myself a warm drink. I like to ease into the day, slowly and peacefully. Feel how the language becomes smooth, gentle, natural. That is fluency. Now imagine you are preparing to step outside, maybe going to work, school, university, walk, anything. How would you speak about it in daily English? You might say, I need to get ready. I have a long day ahead. Or, I'm excited about today. I think it will be productive. Or, I'm not sure what today will bring, but I'm open to learning and growing. Now add advanced vocabulary. Instead of a long day, you could say a full day ahead. Instead of productive, you could say a fulfilling and meaningful day. Instead of learning and growing, you could say gaining insight and expanding my understanding. Listen and repeat internally. I have a full day ahead of me, but I want to make it fulfilling and meaningful. Say it again more naturally. I have a full day ahead, but I want to make it meaningful. Good. This is how vocabulary becomes part of your real speech. Now, we talk about conversation practice. Imagine you meet someone in the morning, maybe a friend, a coworker, or someone who lives nearby. They ask, how are you today? Many learners respond with only, I am fine, because they never learned better expressions. But natural English allows a lot more emotional expression. Try these. I'm doing all right. Just easing into the morning. I feel pretty good today. I'm looking forward to getting things done. I'm a bit tired, but I'm staying positive and taking it one step at a time. These responses sound real, natural, confident. Now add advanced emotional vocabulary. I'm feeling grounded and centered today. Means you feel calm and stable. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but I'm managing it with patience. Means you feel stressed, but you are handling it. Repeat softly. I'm feeling grounded and centered today. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but I'm managing it with patience. This is how we bring emotional honesty into English. which is key for natural fluency. Now let's continue moving through the day in a calm and natural way. Imagine you are stepping outside. The air may be cool or warm. The environment may be quiet or lively, but every moment offers language to describe your experience. The key to sounding fluent is noticing details and expressing them with simple but meaningful vocabulary. For example, instead of just saying, "The weather is nice," you might say, "The air feels fresh today." It's the kind of morning that makes you want to take a deep breath and appreciate the world. This is how natural English becomes emotional and expressive. If you are walking somewhere, you might say, "I'm on my way to work," or "I'm heading to school," or "I'm walking to the store." The phrase "on my way" is used constantly in daily English. It means you are currently traveling from one place to another. Now, let's add some richness. Instead of just saying, "I'm on my way to work," you could say, "I'm on my way to work right now, just taking my time and enjoying the quiet of the morning." Or, "I'm on my way to class. I'm hoping today will be productive and inspiring." Your English begins to reflect your mood, your thoughts, your presence. Now imagine you meet someone along the way, perhaps a friend or a neighbor. They say, "Good morning. How's everything?" You might respond, "Everything's going well so far. I'm trying to keep a positive mindset today." Or, "I'm feeling a bit tired, but I'm getting there, just taking it step by step." These are gentle, thoughtful responses. They feel human, real, conversational. Now let's add advanced vocabulary to these feelings. You might say, "I'm trying to stay balanced and focused today," which means you want to remain emotionally steady. Or, "I'm trying to stay present and not rush through things," which means you want to experience your day consciously and calmly. Repeat silently. "I'm trying to stay balanced and focused today." "I'm trying to stay present and not rush through things." This is emotional fluency. Now we move into a common daily situation, transportation. Maybe you're riding a bus, a train, taking a taxi, or driving. Let's imagine you are sitting quietly while traveling. You may look out the window. You may be thinking about your day. These quiet moments are wonderful opportunities to practice internal English thinking. Try describing your surroundings in your mind. The road is busy today. Cars are moving in different rhythms. The sky looks soft and cloudy. Or, the bus feels quiet. People are lost in their thoughts. Everyone is wrapped in their own little world. This is descriptive observation, a big part of advanced English. Now let's introduce vocabulary for describing your mental state. Perhaps you are feeling thoughtful, reflective, introspective. These words describe a person who is thinking deeply, so you might silently say to yourself, "I'm feeling a bit reflective this morning, just thinking about life and where I am right now." Or, "I'm observing everything around me calmly. I'm not rushing my thoughts. I'm letting them float gently." This way, English connects with your inner world. Now let's do a short shadow practice. I will speak slowly, you follow the rhythm. Repeat silently or softly. "I'm on my way right now." "I'm taking my time." "I'm observing my surroundings." "I'm staying present and calm." "I'm welcoming the day with patience." Now once again, smoothly. "I'm on my way, taking my time, observing everything around me, staying present and patient." welcoming the day slowly. Feel how the language sits naturally in your breathing. That is fluency developing. Now we arrive at the next stage of the day. When you reach your destination, maybe it is work, school, or any place where you interact with people. Here is where conversational English matters most. You will speak to others. You will express thoughts, needs, questions, and responses. So let's practice natural expressions you can use anytime. If you see someone you know, you might say, "Good to see you?" Or, "How's your morning going so far?" Or, "How have you been lately?" These phrases are soft, friendly, and warm, not too formal, not too casual. If someone asks how you feel, you might respond, "I'm managing things one step at a time today." Or, "I'm feeling focused, just getting started." These responses feel composed, calm, confident. Now let's bring in advanced vocabulary for emotional awareness. You could say, "I'm trying to remain mindful today," meaning you want to stay aware and thoughtful. "I'm trying to stay centered," meaning you want to stay calm and emotionally stable. "I'm setting an intention to be patient and kind today," meaning you want to act gently and deliberately. Repeat softly in your mind, "I'm trying to remain mindful today." "I'm trying to stay centered." "I'm setting an intention to be patient and kind." These are daily emotional affirmations, spoken in natural English. Now, let's shift to work or study tasks. In daily English, we often describe workload, tasks, or responsibilities. You might say, "I have a lot to do today," or "I'm working on something important," but advanced English allows more nuance. For example, "I have several tasks to organize today. I want to approach them with clarity and focus." Or, "I'm working on something meaningful, and I want to give it my full attention." These expressions show emotional intelligence and thoughtful communication. Now, imagine a simple conversation at work or school. Person A asks, "Do you need any help?" You might respond, "Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I can handle it, but I'll let you know if I need support." This is polite, warm, and confident. Or if you do need help, you can say, "I'd really appreciate your help. It would make things much easier." This shows humility and connection. Now, let's practice shadow dialogue. Repeat in your mind, "Hey, how's everything going?" "It's going all right. I'm just taking things step by step." "Do you need any help with that?" "Thank you. I appreciate the offer. I think I can manage, but I'll let you know if anything comes up." This is natural spoken English. Now notice something. We are not memorizing sentences. We are learning patterns, tone, rhythm, emotional meaning. That is how you reach advanced fluency. As I guide you, I will remind you gently. You don't need to speak fast. You need to speak with presence, clarity, confidence. When you speak slowly and thoughtfully, your English sounds natural, calm, strong. Take a moment, breathe, feel that. Now let's continue. It is still the early part of your day, and you're beginning to work, study, or do whatever activities you need to do. This is where English becomes practical and alive. You are communicating, asking for information, giving your thoughts, explaining ideas, and participating in conversations. Many English learners hesitate in these moments because they worry about grammar or making mistakes. But remember, communication is not about being perfect. It is about being clear, calm, and connected. When you speak from a relaxed and open place, your English flows more naturally. Imagine you need to talk to a coworker, a classmate, or someone you are collaborating with. You might say, "Can we talk about this task?" Or, "Could you help me understand this part?" Or, "Let's go over this together." Simple, but natural. Now we expand it with more thoughtful language. You might say, "I'd like to clarify a few things so we're on the same page." The phrase "on the same page" means having the same understanding. Or you could say, "I'd like to make sure we have a shared understanding before we move forward." This is professional, clear, confident. Now imagine you need to explain something. Many learners worry about expressing their thoughts clearly. So, let's practice soft internal phrasing. Before speaking, you pause and think, "I'm going to express this slowly and clearly." Then you say, "What I mean is," or "the main idea I want to share is." These phrases guide your listener. They also give you time to speak with ease. So let's practice. What I mean is, I want to approach this with a calm and organized method. The main idea I want to share is, we can improve this together if we cooperate. Repeating these slowly builds confidence. Now imagine someone asks for your opinion. You do not have to answer quickly. You can speak slowly. You might say, "Let me think for a moment." This is a very natural phrase. It means you are taking a second to reflect. Then you might say, "I think the best approach is to take one step at a time." Or, "I believe we can solve this by communicating clearly." These sentences show emotional maturity and thoughtful communication. Now we bring advanced vocabulary to express thinking. Instead of just saying, "I think," you can say, "I suppose," which is softer and thoughtful. "I believe," which shows confidence. "I feel that," which connects emotion and thought. Repeat in your mind, "I suppose we can try a different way." "I believe this can work with some patience." "I feel that we are making progress." You are speaking with calm confidence. Now imagine a situation where something is not going the way you hoped. You might feel frustration, confusion, or pressure. Many learners express frustration by saying, "This is difficult," or "I can't do this." But we want to use language that encourages patience. You could say, "I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, but I'm doing my best to stay steady." Or, "This is challenging, but I'm learning as I go." These expressions show emotional intelligence. Let's practice. "This is a bit challenging, but I'm learning step by step." "I'm doing my best to stay calm and patient." Say it gently in your mind. Feel the words soften your experience. Now imagine the middle of the day. You have been working or studying, and now it is time to take a break. Break time is one of the most valuable parts of the day because your mind rests, your thoughts settle, and your English becomes quieter and more natural. You may step outside, stretch, drink water, or simply breathe. During this moment, your mind might say something like, "I needed this pause," or "I just want to relax for a minute." And this language is part of daily fluency. Now add emotional vocabulary. "I'm giving myself a moment to reset." "I'm taking a quiet pause to center myself." These phrases show care toward yourself. Now imagine speaking to a friend during this break. You might say, "How's your day going so far?" and they might respond, "It's going all right. I just needed a little break." And you might say, "Yeah, sometimes a short pause makes everything feel lighter." This is gentle, warm, human conversation. Now let's practice shadow conversations silently. How's your day going? It's going okay? Just taking a moment to breathe? I understand. Sometimes we just need a little reset. Exactly. Just a moment makes a difference. This is how natural conversation flows: calm, slow, honest. Now the day continues. You return to your tasks. You feel a bit more relaxed. You feel your English starting to flow more naturally. This is because you're practicing presence. When you're present, your brain does not rush. It listens, understands, and responds with clarity. Now, let's expand vocabulary for describing mental clarity. I'm starting to feel more focused now. My thoughts are becoming clearer. I'm gaining a better understanding. I feel more grounded as I continue working. Repeat silently. I feel more grounded. My thoughts are becoming clearer. These are powerful emotional fluency phrases. Now imagine the afternoon comes, and energy drops slightly. You may feel a little tired. A natural English expression for this is, "I could use a short break," or "I need a moment to recharge." The word recharge means to restore energy. An advanced expression would be, "I'm trying to conserve my energy for the rest of the day," or "I'm pacing myself so I don't burn out." Repeat in your mind. I'm pacing myself so I don't burn out. This is calm self-awareness in English. Now let's imagine a gentle moment of reflection. You think about how the day has gone so far. You think about what has been easy, what has been challenging, what has felt peaceful, and what has required effort. You might say in English, "I'm noticing how my emotions change throughout the day," or "I'm observing my thoughts with curiosity instead of judgment." This is advanced emotional language. Repeat softly. I'm observing my thoughts with curiosity, not judgment. This is fluency of the mind and the heart. Now pause, breathe slowly, and allow all this English to settle into your understanding. Now let us continue, moving gently through the day. We are now entering the later part of the afternoon, a time when the body and mind often shift into a slower rhythm. This is a natural part of the day, and recognizing it helps us stay emotionally balanced. Instead of pushing ourselves harshly, we learn to soften our pace while still staying engaged. And this is something we can express beautifully. In English, you might say, "The afternoon feels a little slower. I'm taking my time with what I'm doing." Or, "I can feel my energy dipping slightly, so I'm moving gently and steadily." These are expressions that help you stay calm and grounded. When we talk about energy levels in English, we can use words like productive, energized, drained, fatigued, or refreshed. For example, if you have worked steadily and feel good about your progress, you could say, "I'm feeling productive today." If you are tired, you might say, "I'm feeling a bit drained. I think I need some rest soon." Notice how both expressions are calm and honest. You do not have to hide your feelings in English. You simply express them clearly, with presence. Now imagine someone asks, "How's your work going?" Instead of responding with only good or fine, you could say, "It's going well. I'm taking it one step at a time and staying focused." This shows emotional maturity. Or you might say, It's been a bit intense, but I'm managing it with patience. This shows strength and calm understanding of your emotional state. Remember, advanced fluency is not just vocabulary. It is the way you express yourself with honesty and balance. Now let's practice internal repetition. I'm taking it one step at a time. I'm doing my best to stay focused and calm. I'm managing things with patience. Let the rhythm of the words flow gently through your voice and your mind. Now imagine you are finishing your work or study tasks for the day. This moment contains a natural shift from structured effort to gentle release. You might think, I've done my part for today, or I gave my best effort, and now it's time to rest. These sentences teach your mind self-respect and self-care. You can also express this gently to others, such as saying, I'm wrapping things up for the day, which means you are finishing your tasks. Or, I'll continue the rest tomorrow. Right now, I'm slowing down. Let's add emotional awareness vocabulary. You could say, I'm allowing myself to unwind. I'm transitioning from work mode to rest mode. I'm shifting into a softer pace now. Repeat silently. I'm allowing myself to unwind. This is emotional fluency, the smooth connection between your feelings and your language. Now the day begins to move into the evening. Evening is a time for return, reflection, connection, and rest. Imagine coming home, taking off your shoes, perhaps washing your hands and face, maybe changing into more comfortable clothes. This transition is not only physical, it is emotional. The body softens. The mind becomes quieter. You might say in natural English, it feels good to be home, or I'm glad to finally relax. These are soft, comforting expressions. Now imagine preparing something to eat. You could say, I'm going to make something simple for dinner. Or, I'm cooking something warm and comforting. The word comforting is a beautiful word that describes something emotionally soothing and pleasant. For example, a warm meal can feel very comforting at the end of the day. These small moments create natural English expression. Now imagine you are sitting down to eat. You may reflect on the day. You may think, today was full, but I managed it well. Or, I learned something new today about myself. Or, I'm grateful for the quiet moments I had. Gratitude is a powerful part of emotional fluency. You can say, I'm grateful for the progress I made today. Or, I'm grateful for the small moments of peace. Gratitude makes English feel human and heartfelt. Now let's do a slow internal meditation-style repetition. I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful for my progress. I am grateful for the chance to learn. Let these words settle gently inside your heart. Now imagine spending time with another person, a family member, a friend, or someone close to you. Conversation in the evening tends to be softer, more reflective. Someone may ask, how was your day? You respond thoughtfully. You do not need to summarize everything. You simply select the emotional truth. You might say, my day was steady, I felt productive. Or, my day had some challenges, but I handled them with patience. Or, my day was peaceful in many small ways. Now let's shift to advanced expressive vocabulary. I found some clarity today. I practiced patience in difficult moments. I felt present and connected. I let myself slow down and breathe. These phrases show the deep inner side of communication. Now, let's create a natural evening dialogue shadow practice. Repeat silently. How was your day? It was good. I took everything slowly and tried to stay calm. That sounds nice. Yes, I'm learning to be more patient with myself. This is gentle, authentic, meaningful. Now imagine relaxing after dinner. Perhaps you're sitting quietly, maybe reading, listening, thinking, or simply resting. You might say internally, I'm allowing myself to rest now. Or, I'm letting the day settle behind me. This is how you release the stress and energy of the day. Now let's add vocabulary for rest and peace. I'm unwinding. I'm settling down. I'm calming my mind. I'm releasing tension. Repeat softly. I'm calming my mind. This is peaceful language practice. Now we move to nighttime reflection. Nighttime is where English becomes introspective. You think gently about the day. You notice what you learned. You notice how you spoke, how you felt, how you reacted, how you grew. You might think, I'm proud of myself for trying. Or, I handled things with patience. Or, I was present and aware. These thoughts guide your emotional development. Now, let's introduce advanced emotional vocabulary. I'm acknowledging my experience. I'm recognizing my efforts. I'm becoming more aware of myself. Repeat. I'm acknowledging my experience. This shows emotional intelligence. Finally, before the day ends, you might say to yourself, I did the best I could today. I'm grateful for that. And you let yourself rest. Take a breath, slow, deep, calm. Now we will continue gently from where we left off. Evening is a meaningful time for reflection, emotional understanding, and soft conversation practice. It is also a perfect time to expand our vocabulary and strengthen our natural fluency. When your mind slows down, your language becomes clearer and deeper. So let's stay in this relaxed tone together. As we continue practicing, imagine that you are sitting quietly in your living space at night. The room may be softly lit. The atmosphere is calm. This is a moment where thoughts become softer and clearer. You may be thinking back on your day, not to criticize yourself or analyze too much, but simply to notice. You might say to yourself, I handled today with patience, or I tried to stay present, or I did what I could, and that is enough. These are gentle affirmations that support emotional fluency. Advanced English has many beautiful emotional reflection phrases. For example, you can say, I'm processing the events of the day. This means you are mentally reviewing and understanding your experiences. You can also say, I'm letting go of unnecessary tension, which means you are releasing stress. Or, I'm giving myself space to rest and renew, which means you are allowing yourself time to recover. Repeat silently in your mind with slow breathing. I'm processing the day calmly. I'm letting go of unnecessary tension. I'm giving myself space to rest. These sentences teach your mind to speak English with emotional awareness. Now, evening can also be a moment to connect with others. Perhaps you talk to a friend online, send a message to someone you care about, or have a slow conversation with a family member. These conversations can be simple. For example, you might say, How are you feeling tonight? Or, How has your evening been? Or more emotionally expressive, Are you feeling rested? Or, How is your heart today? The phrase, how is your heart today, is gentle and compassionate. It shows care. If someone tells you they are tired, you might respond, I understand. It has been a long day. I hope you can get some rest soon. If someone says they are stressed, you might say, take your time. You're doing the best you can. These are supportive responses. They build emotional connection. In English, now we will practice shadow conversation again. Repeat silently. How are you feeling tonight? I'm a bit tired, but I'm grateful for the day. That makes sense. I hope you can rest and recharge. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is beautifully calm and emotionally supportive English. Now imagine you are thinking about your goals, your learning, your personal growth. You may reflect on your English journey. You might say, learning English is a continuous process. Or, I am growing a little more each day. Or, fluency is something that develops naturally, with patience. These thoughts encourage confidence, instead of pressure. Now let's use advanced growth vocabulary. I am cultivating my confidence. I am strengthening my expression. I am expanding my ability to communicate. Repeat softly. I am cultivating my confidence. This is the language of growth. Now imagine preparing to rest. You change your environment slowly. Maybe turn off bright lights. Maybe put your phone aside. Rest is not just something we do. It is something we allow. You can say, I'm allowing my body to slow down. Or, I'm letting my mind become quiet. These are gentle, supportive expressions in English. Now imagine lying down to rest, breathing slowly. Your mind may drift. You may think about tomorrow. But instead of worrying, we practice soft planning language. Instead of saying, I have to do so much tomorrow, you can say, tomorrow will come, and I will handle it with patience. Or, I will take tomorrow one moment at a time. This removes pressure. Now repeat in your mind, I will take tomorrow, one moment at a time. Feel how calming that is. Now let's shift to another core part of daily life English, interactions with others, in real situations. We have practiced internal thinking and emotional conversation. Now let's practice social conversation. That happens outside the home as well. This is where daily conversational fluency expands. Imagine you are at a cafe, ordering something simple. You might say, could I have a cup of tea, please? Or, I'd like a coffee with milk. These are clear and polite. Now we make them more natural with tone. You might say, hi, could I get a cup of tea when you have a moment? Or, I'd love a warm coffee, please. Polite, relaxed, human. If someone asks you whether you want something to stay or to take away, you can say, to go, please. Or, for here is fine. If someone says, would you like anything else? You can respond, no thank you. That's all for now. Now let's practice shadow ordering silently. Hi, could I have a cup of tea, please? For here, thank you. No, that's all. Thank you very much. These sentences are foundational daily English. Now imagine you are talking with someone casually, maybe a colleague, a neighbor, a classmate. You want to express friendliness. You might say, how has your week been? Or, what have you been up to recently? These are soft ways to ask about someone's life. If someone asks the same to you, you can respond naturally. My week has been steady. I've been focusing on my goals. Or, it's been all right. I'm taking things one day at a time. These responses communicate openness, without pressure. Now let's add advanced social fluency vocabulary. I've been prioritizing my well-being. I've been staying mindful of my energy. I've been finding balance in my routine. Repeat in your mind. I've been finding balance in my routine. This is confident, calm, emotionally expressive English. Now we practice another shadow dialogue. What have you been up to lately? I've been focusing on my well-being and trying to keep a balanced routine. That sounds really healthy. Yes, I'm trying to stay present and aware. This is natural conversation at an advanced emotional level. Now take one slow breath. Let the English sink in. You are developing fluency, not only in language, but in presence and tone. Let's continue. You are progressing beautifully, step by step, building not only your English vocabulary, but also your emotional fluency, your tone, and your natural conversational flow. Remember, fluency does not come from rushing. It comes from gentle repetition, slow listening, and meaningful practice. So as we continue, stay relaxed, stay open, stay soft in your mind and body. Now imagine another everyday situation, meeting someone you know while you're outside. It might be someone from your neighborhood, your workplace, or someone you see regularly. You smile and greet them. A simple greeting can sound natural and warm when spoken with presence. Instead of only saying, "Hi, how are you?" you could say, "Hey, good to see you. How have you been?" Or, "Hi, how's your day unfolding?" The phrase unfolding here means progressing, developing slowly through the day. It adds softness and depth to your question. If someone asks you the same, you might respond, "My day is unfolding slowly. I'm just taking things as they come." Or, "It's been a balanced day so far. I'm staying calm and steady." These expressions show emotional maturity and calmness. Now imagine the conversation continues. You might talk about something small, something light. This is what English speakers call small talk. Many learners worry about small talk because they think it is difficult or meaningless. But small talk is actually the foundation of trust and social warmth. You can talk about the weather, your plans, your general feelings, or something you observed during the day. For example, "The weather has been so gentle today. It feels peaceful outside." Or, "I saw something interesting earlier that made me smile." Small talk isn't about information. It is about connection. Now let's practice small talk shadow speaking silently. "Hey, good to see you. How's your day unfolding?" "It's going pretty smoothly. I'm taking it one moment at a time." "That's nice. It actually feels like a calm day today." "Yes, the atmosphere is peaceful. It feels easy to breathe." Feel the gentle rhythm in these sentences. Now let's continue into another daily situation, shopping or asking for things in public. Imagine you need help in a store. You might say, "Excuse me, could you help me find this item?" Or, "Do you have this in another size or color?" These are polite and useful expressions. To make them more natural and comfortable, you can add softening phrases. "Excuse me, when you have a moment, could you help me find this?" Or, "I was wondering if you might have this in another color." The phrases, "when you have a moment," and "I was wondering if," make your voice sound gentle, respectful, and thoughtful. Now practice internally. "I was wondering if you could help me with something." Could you please show me where this is located? Thank you. I really appreciate your help. Gratitude also strengthens conversation. Now imagine someone asks you whether you liked something, maybe a product, an idea, a suggestion. You could respond, "Yes, I like this. It feels like a good fit." Or, "I'm not completely sure yet. I want to think about it a bit more." The phrase "a good fit" means it feels right or suitable, and the phrase "I want to think about it a bit more" is calm, confident, and respectful. You do not need to rush decisions, neither in life nor in conversation. Now let's add advanced vocabulary for expressing preferences. I prefer something simple and natural. I appreciate things that feel genuine and meaningful. I value clarity and calm communication. Repeat softly. I value clarity and calm communication. This is fluent emotional language. Now imagine you are ending a conversation. Native speakers rarely end conversations suddenly. They transition gradually and warmly. You might say, "It was nice talking with you. I'm glad we got to catch up. Take care. Have a gentle rest of your day." The phrase "catch up" means to talk and reconnect. And "have a gentle rest of your day" is a warm, calming wish. Repeat silently. It was nice talking with you. Take care. Now let's shift to evening self-care language. These are phrases for taking care of your emotional and physical well-being. I'm taking some time to relax. I'm slowing down and releasing tension. I'm welcoming quiet into my evening. Repeat at a slow pace. I'm welcoming quiet into my evening. This creates emotional calm in your English tone. Now imagine preparing for bed. You might think, "I want to end the day peacefully." You could also say, "I'm ready to rest. My body and mind have done enough today." These sentences reflect self-respect and self-kindness. You are learning to speak to yourself in English, in a gentle way. And when you end your day, you might reflect softly, "I am learning. I am growing. I am changing slowly. I am patient with myself. I trust the process. I am doing my best, and my best is enough." Repeat calmly, "My best is enough." Now breathe slowly. This is where fluency becomes something more than language. It becomes connection with yourself. Now we continue our journey. We have moved gently through the rhythm of a day, building emotional vocabulary, daily life expressions, and calm conversational flow. But daily life also contains small challenges, moments of confusion, unexpected situations, and emotional fluctuations. To develop advanced fluency, we also need language that expresses resilience, emotional steadiness, and the ability to stay grounded, even when things are not perfect. Imagine a moment when something does not go as planned. Perhaps a task took longer than expected, or a conversation felt uncomfortable, or your mood shifted unexpectedly. Many English learners express this by saying, "I'm upset," or "I'm annoyed," or "I'm stressed." But English offers gentler, more emotionally balanced ways to speak about your feelings. For example, you could say, "I'm feeling a little unsettled," which means slightly emotionally disturbed but not overwhelmed. Or, "I feel a bit out of balance today," meaning you don't feel quite centered. Or, "Things have been a bit overwhelming, but I'm taking it slowly." Repeat gently in your mind. "I'm feeling a little unsettled, but I'm taking things slowly." This is emotional fluency, the ability to name your feelings without judgment. Now imagine someone asks how you are during one of these moments. You don't need to pretend everything is perfect. You can respond softly and honestly. It's been a bit of a challenging day, but I'm handling it with patience. Or, my energy is a little low, but I'm taking care of myself. These responses are not dramatic. They are calm, steady, and confident. Now let's expand with advanced emotional vocabulary. I'm navigating things step by step. I'm grounding myself in the present moment. I'm allowing my emotions to settle naturally. Repeat. I'm navigating things step by step. This shows self-awareness and stability. Now we move to another powerful part of daily speaking, expressing needs. Many learners struggle with asking politely for what they need. Good communication is not only about talking, it is about expressing needs clearly and respectfully. You can say, I need a moment to think. I need a little space to process this. I need some quiet time to recharge. These are gentle, assertive expressions. Repeat in your mind, I need some quiet time to recharge. This teaches self-awareness in English. Now let's explore offering support to others, which is another key part of natural conversation. When someone is struggling, instead of saying only, don't worry, you can say, I'm here for you. Take your time. There's no rush. It's okay to feel this way. It's part of being human. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. These are emotionally supportive and deeply kind expressions. Let's practice shadow empathy dialogue. I'm here for you. Thank you. That means a lot. Take your time. There's no pressure. I appreciate your understanding. Feel the softness, the sincerity, the connection. Now we move into an important aspect of advanced communication, expressing thoughts clearly without rushing. Many learners try to speak fast because they think fluency means speed. But true fluency is clarity, calmness, and presence. So when you need time to speak, you can say, let me think about how to express this, or I'd like to explain this slowly so I can be clear. These phrases help your listener understand that you are thinking carefully, not struggling. Repeat silently. Let me think about how to express this. This builds confidence in your tone. Now imagine you are discussing something meaningful, a personal story, a goal, an idea, or a dream. To speak about meaningful things, you can use emotional and reflective vocabulary. I've been reflecting on my life recently. I'm trying to understand myself more deeply. I'm discovering what matters to me. I'm learning to trust myself more. These are powerful expressions of inner growth. Repeat softly. I'm discovering what matters to me. Now let's imagine a gentle nighttime reflection exercise. You are lying down, breathing slowly. My voice is calm, steady, warm. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Allow your body to soften. Allow your mind to quiet. You have come through this day. There were easy moments and difficult moments, peaceful moments and uncertain ones. And yet, here you are, taking time to learn, grow, breathe, reflect. You are doing beautifully. Now repeat in your mind, I am learning. I am growing. I am evolving slowly. Let it settle. You are building fluency not only in English, but in awareness, patience, and connection. Take one more slow breath. You are doing wonderfully. Now let's continue gently. You have been practicing emotional language. daily communication, soft expression, and internal fluency. Now we will begin shaping your vocabulary into something deeper, something expressive, elegant, and naturally advanced. To do this, we will explore meaningful words and phrases that are used in thoughtful, calm conversations. You will absorb them naturally as we move slowly through daily life narrative and reflection. Imagine waking up the next day with a quiet sense of intention. You might say to yourself, I want to be more mindful today, or I'm going to carry calmness with me. These thoughts are internal, soft, and steady. Now we turn them into spoken English. I'm approaching today with a calm mindset. I'm going to take my time and stay present in each moment. I want to communicate with clarity and kindness today. These sentences create emotional grounding. Repeat softly in your mind. I'm approaching today with a calm mindset. Now let's re-enter daily life. You are at home, preparing for your morning routine. You could describe this moment simply, or you could allow it to have emotional depth. Instead of saying, I'm brushing my teeth, or I'm making breakfast, you could say, I'm beginning my day slowly. I'm taking a moment to prepare my mind and body for the day ahead. I want to begin the day with intention. This is how daily English becomes meaningful. Now imagine receiving a message from someone, a simple text, a check-in, a good morning greeting. Your response can hold warmth and presence. You can say, Good morning, I hope your day starts gently, or Thank you for checking in. It means a lot. These are soft, emotional expressions that create connection. Now imagine you are speaking with someone about your feelings or your personal journey. You may want to express that you are in the process of learning or changing. Instead of saying, I'm trying to improve, you could say, I'm gradually becoming more aware of myself. I'm learning to understand my emotions more deeply. I'm allowing myself to grow at my own pace. Advanced English often uses phrases that express ongoing development, not final results. Repeat quietly. I'm allowing myself to grow at my own pace. Now let's practice reflective conversation. Imagine someone asks how you've been emotionally. Instead of saying just fine, you might say, I've been feeling more centered lately, or I've been giving myself space to breathe and recalibrate. The word recalibrate means to adjust yourself gently, to restore balance. Shadow repeat, I've been giving myself space to recalibrate. Now we move back into social communication. In daily life, imagine meeting a friend for a walk. You are outside, the air is fresh, and your conversation flows naturally. Your friend asks, How has your week been? You could say, It's been peaceful in some ways and challenging in others, but I'm moving through it thoughtfully. This sentence shows honesty and balance. Your friend may share their feelings. You might respond, I hear you. Thank you for sharing that with me. Or, That sounds difficult. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. These are supportive, human responses. Now let's practice shadow empathy again. That sounds like it has been a lot to carry. I'm glad you shared it with me. You're not alone. I'm here with you. Soft, steady, compassionate communication. Now, we introduce another powerful emotional phrase. I'm holding space for this feeling. This means You are allowing the feeling to exist without pushing it away. Repeat in your mind, I'm holding space for this feeling. Now imagine transitioning to an activity that brings peace, maybe a gentle walk outside. As you walk, your mind observes details, the sound of distant voices, the wind moving through leaves, the rhythm of footsteps, the breath rising and falling. You might describe this moment. I'm noticing the small details around me. I'm letting my mind settle into the environment. I'm breathing slowly and feeling grounded. These descriptions train your thinking mind to use English naturally, without translation. Now let's explore advanced sensory vocabulary. Serene, peaceful and quiet. Subtle, gentle, not obvious. Soothing, comforting, tranquil, calm and relaxed. You could say, the atmosphere feels serene and gentle. There's a subtle sense of calm in the air. This walk feels soothing and grounding. Repeat softly. This moment feels serene. Now imagine returning home. You sit down. You feel calm. You are present. You might say, I'm grateful for the quiet moments today. I'm learning to value stillness. I'm honoring the space I need to feel balanced. This is advanced emotional maturity, expressed through English. Slow breath in, slow breath out. You are doing beautifully. There is no rush. Language grows with patience. Presence is fluency. Connection is fluency. Gentleness is fluency. You are already improving. Simply by being here, listening, absorbing, breathing. Let your mind rest for a moment in the softness of your own awareness. Let's continue, gently, from where we paused. You are now moving into a deeper stage of fluency, one where English is not only spoken, but felt. The language becomes part of your emotional landscape, part of your daily rhythm. You are no longer translating from your native language. You're beginning to speak from presence, awareness, and internal understanding. This is the heart of advanced fluency. Now imagine you are sitting with yourself, perhaps in a quiet corner of your home, or maybe by a window. You look outside, and you notice something simple, the way the light touches a surface, the movement of leaves, the slow passing of time. These observations can be expressed in English with beauty and calm. For example, instead of saying, the weather is nice, you might say, there is a gentle stillness in the air today. Or, instead of saying, the sky is pretty, you could say, the sky has a soft, calming tone, almost like it is resting. These descriptions allow you to express not only what you see, but what you feel. Repeat softly in your mind. There is a gentle stillness in the air today. Now let's move into inner reflection vocabulary, language that allows you to speak beautifully about your internal experience. For example, I feel a quiet shift happening within me. I'm learning to listen to my emotions more carefully. I'm becoming more patient with the process of growth. I'm learning to let things unfold naturally. The word unfold is powerful. It means to open slowly, to reveal itself over time, just like life, just like language, just like you. Repeat slowly. I'm allowing my life to unfold at its own pace. Now imagine speaking to someone close to you, a friend, a partner, or someone you trust. You want to express how you've been feeling recently. You could say, I've been feeling more connected to myself lately. I'm trying to understand my emotions with gentle curiosity. I'm still learning, but I'm not in a rush. These sentences show calm emotional maturity. Now let's shadow a quiet emotional conversation. How have you been feeling lately? I've been more reflective, taking time to understand my inner world. That sounds meaningful. Yeah, I'm growing slowly, but it feels real. Feel the softness, the honesty, the trust. Now we shift into daily action vocabulary, describing not just your feelings, but what you do with them. For example, when life feels heavy, instead of saying, I don't know what to do, you can say, I'm giving myself space to figure things out, or I'm taking things one breath at a time. These are powerful, emotional grounding phrases. Repeat gently, I'm taking things one breath at a time. Now imagine a small moment of challenge during your day. Maybe you feel overwhelmed, rushed, or pulled in many directions. You pause. You breathe. You speak to yourself softly in English. It's okay to slow down. I don't have to rush. I am allowed to take my time. This is emotional reassurance, one of the highest forms of language fluency. Now we expand into calming self-dialogue, spoken softly inside yourself. I trust myself. I am learning slowly. I don't need to have all the answers right now. I am already growing just by being aware. Repeat with deep breath. I trust myself. Now let's return to conversation practice in daily life. Imagine you are sitting with someone, sharing tea or coffee. The conversation flows gently. You are both relaxed. This is where advanced vocabulary becomes natural. Your friend may say, I've been feeling confused lately. You respond calmly, it's okay to feel that way. Confusion is part of understanding. This is compassion. This is fluency. Your friend may say, I feel like I don't know where I'm going. You respond, you don't have to know everything right now. Your path will reveal itself with time. This is comfort. This is empathy. This is real emotional English. Now let's shadow this emotional support dialogue. I understand. It's okay to feel uncertain. Take things slowly. You will find clarity along the way. You're doing your best, and that's enough. Speak it inside your chest, not only in your mind. Now imagine the day transitioning again. Evening sunlight fading. Quiet filling the space around you. Your breathing softens. Your thoughts settle. You begin to reflect with gratitude. You may say internally, I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for what I learned. I'm grateful for the chance to rest. Now let's bring in advanced gratitude vocabulary. Nourishing, something that gives emotional or physical strength. Restorative, something that restores energy. Meaningful, something that carries emotional depth. Fulfilling, something that satisfies the heart. You could say, this quiet moment feels nourishing. This rest is restorative. I needed it. Today was meaningful, even if it was simple. I feel fulfilled by the small moments of presence. Repeat softly. This rest is restorative. Now imagine lying down, preparing to sleep. The world becomes quiet. You speak to yourself gently. I am safe. I am peaceful. I am resting. I release the day. Let the day dissolve behind you. Your breath deepens. Your mind quiets. Your heart softens. You are learning fluency not only in English, but in living with presence. You are doing beautifully. Now we continue. You are moving beautifully through this journey of language, awareness, and presence. The way you are engaging with these sentences, repeating them softly, and letting them settle in your mind, that is what builds deep fluency. Remember, language lives inside the breath, inside tone, inside the gentle rhythm of speech. So, as we move forward, let your shoulders remain soft, your breathing calm, your awareness steady. Imagine the beginning of another day. Perhaps you've just woken up. You are stretching, taking a slow breath, and preparing to step into the world again. Before the day begins, you take a quiet moment with yourself. You might say internally, "Today is a new day. I will move slowly and gently. I will be patient with myself and others. I will speak with clarity and kindness." These thoughts shape the tone of the entire day before any action begins. This is the power of intention. Now you begin your morning routine. You wash your face, drink something warm, prepare yourself, and step into the world. Each of these simple moments carries deep language potential. You could say, "I'm getting ready for the day. I'm starting my morning with calm energy. I'm preparing myself mentally and emotionally." Now imagine stepping outside. The world is waking up. You might notice small details, the sound of footsteps, the coolness of the air, the quiet presence of the morning. Instead of just observing in silence, you can describe what you feel. The morning feels refreshing today. There's a softness in the air. It feels peaceful to begin the day slowly. These descriptive sentences are the foundation of natural English fluency. Now you begin to interact with others again, perhaps coworkers, classmates, neighbors, or strangers. You may greet them gently. "Good morning. I hope your day starts well." Or, "Good to see you. How are you easing into the day?" The expression easing into the day means beginning the day slowly and gently. Now someone may ask you about your thoughts, your plans, or your feelings. You can respond with thoughtful emotional vocabulary. "I'm taking things one moment at a time. I'm staying present and steady. I'm focusing on doing one thing with care before moving to the next." These sentences show emotional control and clarity. Now imagine a moment where you need to focus on a task, study, or work. Many learners say, "I need to do work," but advanced fluency expresses purpose with intention. "I'm dedicating my attention to this right now. I'm fully focusing my energy on this task. I'm working with patience and persistence." Repeat softly, "I'm dedicating my attention to this moment." This teaches your mind how to stay present. Now imagine you encounter a challenge, perhaps confusion or difficulty. Instead of reacting with frustration, you respond with awareness. "I'm noticing some difficulty, but I'll approach it calmly. I'm giving myself time to understand this. I'm going to step back, breathe, and try again." These are advanced emotional coping expressions. Repeat gently, "I'm giving myself time to understand this." Now let's move into a realistic conversation practice. Imagine someone working with you says, "How are you feeling about this task?" A calm and natural response might be, "I'm working through it slowly. I want to understand it fully." Or, "I'm still learning, but I'm staying patient and steady." These show maturity and mindfulness. Now imagine discussing something meaningful, perhaps a decision, a plan, or a reflection. You might say, "I've been thinking about my goals lately. I'm trying to understand what feels right for me. I'm learning to trust my instincts more. The word instincts means inner guidance, the quiet wisdom within you. Repeat softly. I'm learning to trust my instincts. Now imagine it is late afternoon, the part of the day when energy naturally shifts. You may feel lighter, or slower, or more reflective. You could say, I'm noticing my energy shifting. I'm slowing down a little as the day continues. I'm taking a calm approach as I move forward. These reflect awareness of your internal state. Now imagine having a warm, supportive conversation with someone close. You might say, tell me how your day has been. I'm listening. You can take your time. Listening is just as important as speaking. To show presence, you can say, I hear you. I understand. Thank you for trusting me with your thoughts. These responses build connection and trust. Now, let's practice slow emotional conversation. How have you been feeling today? I've been doing my best to stay balanced. That's good. Remember to be gentle with yourself. I am. I'm learning to move slowly and breathe. This is calm, meaningful communication. Now the day shifts toward evening once again. You arrive home. You transition. Physically, emotionally, mentally. You may change clothes, dim the lights, wash your hands. These small rituals prepare the body for rest. Now your language becomes even softer. I'm unwinding now. I'm releasing the weight of the day. I'm welcoming stillness into my evening. Repeat slowly. I'm welcoming stillness into my evening. Now imagine preparing to rest. You reflect. I've grown today. I learned something about myself. I practiced patience. I stayed present. These thoughts are not dramatic. They are steady, grounded, real. Now bring in final calming affirmations for this part. I am becoming more fluent. I am becoming more aware. I am growing in my own time. My progress is real. Say it softly. My progress is real. Allow that to settle in your body. You are doing beautifully. Let us continue. You are now moving into the deeper layers of expressive fluency, where English is not only a language you use, but a language you live inside of. At this stage, your goal is not to memorize sentences, but to feel the rhythm of communication, the gentle tone of connection, and the emotional sincerity behind every word. So continue breathing softly. Continue listening without pressure. Your fluency is unfolding naturally, moment by moment. Imagine now that you are speaking with someone you care about, a close friend, a family member, or someone who understands you. You are sitting together, perhaps sharing a quiet evening moment. The conversation does not need to be fast or intense. It can be warm, open, and slow. They might ask, how are you feeling these days? You do not rush to answer. You take a breath. You respond thoughtfully. I'm learning to slow down and appreciate the small things. Or, I'm paying more attention to how I feel moment to moment. Or, I'm allowing myself to rest more deeply. These expressions show emotional awareness, a key element of advanced English. Repeat silently. I'm learning to slow down and appreciate the small things. Now your friend shares something personal, perhaps a worry, a hope, or something uncertain. You want to respond with empathy and presence. Many English learners say, I understand, but you can respond in deeper ways. I hear you. Thank you for sharing that with me. That sounds like a lot to carry. I'm here with you. You don't have to go through it alone. These sentences create trust and emotional safety. Repeat in your mind, I hear you. I'm here with you. Now imagine discussing your own growth, your learning path, your emotional journey, your self-development. You might say, I'm learning to accept myself more. I'm learning to forgive myself for my mistakes. I'm recognizing my progress, even when it feels small. These sentences express emotional maturity. Now let's add gentle advanced vocabulary. Resilient, able to recover and continue. Intuitive, guided by inner understanding. Compassionate, kind and understanding. Conscious, aware and present. You could say, I'm becoming more resilient. I'm learning to listen to my intuitive feelings. I'm practicing being more compassionate with myself. I'm living more consciously each day. Repeat softly. I'm living more consciously each day. Now imagine you are communicating in a professional or academic environment. Someone asks for your perspective or thoughts. Instead of replying quickly, you take your time. You breathe. You express clarity. I'd like to take a moment to think before I respond. Or, I want to express this clearly, so I'll speak slowly. This is confidence, not rushing to prove anything. Now you begin to speak. In my perspective, taking a balanced approach may be the most effective. Or, I think we can move forward more clearly if we communicate openly and kindly. These sentences show leadership, presence, and clarity. Now let's shadow professional calm communication. I'd like to share my thoughts slowly so I can be clear. I believe we can work through this with patience and cooperation. Thank you for listening. I appreciate being heard. Feel the steadiness in these lines. Now let us return to daily rhythm, the subtle moments of a day. Imagine you are taking a quiet walk outside, perhaps in the late afternoon. You are not rushing to arrive anywhere. You are simply walking, observing, existing. These quiet moments are perfect spaces for internal English practice. I'm noticing the sound of the leaves. I'm paying attention to the rhythm of my breathing. I'm grounding myself in the present moment. The word grounding means connecting to the present reality, calming the mind. Repeat gently. I'm grounding myself in the present moment. Now imagine talking about this experience to someone. You could say, I took a quiet walk today. It helped me clear my mind. Or, I spent some time outdoors, and it felt refreshing. These sentences are simple, natural, and emotionally open. Now we move toward the end of the day once again, where reflection becomes soft and deep. You may lie down or sit with your eyes closed. Your thoughts slow down, and you speak to yourself, not from stress, but from compassion. I'm proud of myself for showing up today. I'm grateful for the progress I am making. I am learning, and that is enough. Repeat slowly. I am learning, and that is enough. Now take a slow breath. Allow your body to soften. Feel the calm growing inside you. Advanced fluency is not loud, fast, or dramatic. Advanced fluency is gentle. Advanced fluency is patient. Advanced fluency is awareness. You are already living it. Now we continue. You are moving into the most natural stage of fluency, the stage where English begins to feel like a voice inside you, not something separate from you. You are not forcing sentences. You are not struggling to remember vocabulary. You are simply allowing words to arise from your awareness, your emotional presence, Your quiet understanding. This is fluency rooted in calmness. Imagine once again that you are beginning your morning. The sunlight is soft. The air feels delicate. You sit with yourself for a moment before anything else begins. Instead of rushing into the day, you breathe slowly and speak gently inside your mind. I will move gently today. I will speak with clarity and warmth. I will take care of my energy. These phrases guide the emotional tone of your entire day. When intention comes before action, the day feels lighter, kinder, more peaceful. Now you begin your tasks, maybe preparing breakfast, organizing your space, planning your day. Even these ordinary activities can be described in expressive, meaningful English. You might say, I'm organizing my morning slowly and intentionally. I'm preparing myself for the day with patience. I'm beginning with a calm and clear space. These sentences show emotional steadiness. Repeat softly in your mind. I'm beginning with a calm and clear space. Now imagine you step outside, into the world again. The day is alive with movement. You walk, travel, or move from one place to another. You observe your surroundings, the movement of people, the quiet patterns of daily life. Instead of simply seeing, you notice, and noticing can be expressed in English. I'm noticing how people move through the day. I'm paying attention to the rhythm of the world around me. I'm observing without judgment, just awareness. These sentences show reflection and emotional depth. Now imagine encountering someone who seems stressed, distracted, or hurried. Instead of matching their energy, you remain slow, calm, and open. You speak with gentle presence. Take your time. There's no rush. It's okay. Breathe. We can move step by step. This is emotional fluency, helping someone else slow down, simply by being grounded yourself. Now imagine a conversation where you want to express your feelings honestly, without fear, without overthinking. You might say, I'm learning to express myself more openly. I'm allowing myself to be more honest about how I feel. I'm trying to speak from my heart, not from fear. These are beautiful expressions of emotional authenticity. Repeat gently. I'm allowing myself to be more honest about how I feel. Now let us practice emotional communication in conversation. How have you been feeling lately? I've been reconnecting with myself. Slowly, gently. That sounds meaningful. It is. I'm learning not to force anything. This is a deep, calm conversation. Now imagine working through a mistake, because mistakes happen, in language and in life. Instead of judging yourself, you speak softly. It's okay to make mistakes. I am learning. I don't have to be perfect. I only need to stay present. I will try again, slowly, with patience. Fluency grows through gentleness, not pressure. Repeat quietly. I only need to stay present. Now imagine expressing admiration or appreciation for someone. You might say, I really appreciate the way you express yourself. I respect your patience and your openness. I admire your strength and kindness. These are warm, supportive, emotionally connected sentences. Now, let us expand into poetic emotional language, the kind of language that touches the heart. I feel the quiet beauty in the simple moments. I am learning to find peace in ordinary experiences. I am discovering comfort in stillness. Repeat softly. I am discovering comfort in stillness. Now imagine it is afternoon. The day moves forward. You may feel energy shifting again. Your thoughts become reflective. You could say, I'm noticing myself slowing down again. I'm taking time to breathe before continuing. I'm staying connected to my own rhythm. These sentences reinforce self-connection. Now, let's introduce advanced reflection vocabulary. Evolving, changing and growing naturally, centering, returning to emotional balance, aligning, matching your actions to your values, integrating, gently absorbing experience into understanding. You could say, I feel myself evolving. I'm centering my energy. I'm aligning with what feels true to me. I'm integrating what I've learned. Repeat softly. I'm integrating what I've learned. This is emotional intelligence expressed through language. Now imagine sharing your progress with someone supportive. You might say, I'm learning to be more present. I'm discovering my inner strength. I'm trusting myself more every day. These are simple, but deeply meaningful expressions. Now we bring the day toward evening again, soft, slow, peaceful. Perhaps the light fades, the world becomes quieter. You let your energy settle. You speak to yourself gently. I did enough today. I supported myself. I showed up, and that matters. These are healing words. Now imagine preparing for sleep. The world is quiet. You breathe slowly. Your thoughts soften. You whisper inside, I release this day. I allow myself to rest. I am safe. I am calm. I am whole. Let these phrases move through your breath. I am safe. I am calm. I am whole. The English language is no longer something outside of you. It is your voice now. Soft, present, peaceful. You are doing beautifully. Now we continue, gently, into the final stretch of this journey. You have been moving through your day with presence, awareness, and emotional fluency. You have been speaking softly to yourself, expressing your thoughts clearly, and connecting your inner world to your English expression. This is the deepest level of language learning, where your words reflect your heart, your mind, and your calmness. Imagine another new day beginning. The morning is quiet. There is stillness before the world becomes busy. You open your eyes slowly and stretch your body gently. You breathe in deeply and feel the softness of the moment. Before any action, you allow yourself a moment of intention. You might say, I will be gentle with myself today. I will move slowly and with awareness. I will speak with sincerity and kindness. These words guide you into the day. With clarity, you move into your morning routine. Maybe you prepare a warm drink, or sit at the table quietly, or simply feel the air in your room. You might notice the simplicity of the moment, and you can express it in English, softly. There is a calm simplicity in this morning. It feels good to start the day slowly. I'm noticing the little details around me. This is presence, awareness expressed in language. Now imagine stepping outside. The world begins to move. People pass you. Life flows in many directions at once. Some people may be rushing. Some may be calm. Some may be quiet inside themselves. But you remain steady, breathing slowly, grounded in your own rhythm. You might say to yourself, I am moving at my own pace, and that is enough. If someone speaks to you during this time, you respond with calm confidence. You don't rush to find the perfect sentence. You speak slowly. I'm doing well. Taking things gently today. I'm staying present in each moment. I'm focusing on what matters and letting the rest be. Your voice expresses calmness, and calmness is powerful. Now imagine you are working, studying, or taking care of responsibilities. Your mind may begin to move faster. Thoughts may come and go. But instead of losing yourself in them, you breathe. You bring yourself back to the present. You might say, I'm here, I'm focused, I'm steady. I will do one thing at a time. I don't need to rush, I just need to stay aware. These words guide your rhythm. As the day continues, you interact with others. You express yourself more confidently, more authentically. You speak not from fear or pressure, but from presence. This is how I feel. This is what I understand. This is what matters to me now. And you also listen, because fluency is not only speaking, it is receiving. When someone shares their thoughts, you listen with your whole attention. You give space. You respond with warmth. I understand. I'm listening. Thank you for sharing your feelings with me. This is connection. Now, as you move into the evening, the world slows down again. The light softens. The sound of the day becomes quieter. You may feel yourself shifting inward once more. You could say, I'm grateful for the journey of today. I'm noticing my growth, gently and slowly. I'm allowing myself to rest. You sit, or lie down, or simply breathe. Your body relaxes. Your thoughts loosen. You begin to release the day. Now you speak to yourself gently, with kindness and sincerity. I did my best today. My effort was enough. I'm learning more than I realize. I am growing in my own time. You recognize your courage, the courage of showing up, of practicing, of being patient. Now imagine closing your eyes. The world outside becomes distant. Your breath deepens, and you speak these final words inside your mind. I trust myself. I am safe. I am peaceful. I am becoming fluent, gently, naturally, and in my own rhythm. You understand now. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is not perfection. Fluency is presence. Fluency is awareness. Fluency is softness. Fluency is connection. Fluency is being able to speak from your heart. You have practiced daily life expressions, emotional vocabulary, gentle communication, calm tone, reflective language, and compassionate expression. These tools will stay with you. They will continue to evolve and deepen every day you practice. And remember, you are not finished. Fluency is not a destination. It is a path you walk gently, step by step, one moment at a time, and you are already on that path. Now breathe softly and say to yourself, I am becoming fluent. My English is growing every day. I speak with clarity, calmness, and confidence. You have done beautifully. I am proud of you. This journey continues, and you are ready for it.